Discover the 10 plants that Okinawans eat daily. The world's longest living population, with the highest concentration of centenarians on Earth. Okinawa, Japan has more people living past 100 than anywhere else on Earth. Not a few more. 5 times more centenarians per capita than the United States. People routinely living to 105, 110, 115, healthy, active, mentally sharp. This isn't genetics. Okinawans who move to other countries and adopt different diets lose this advantage. Their children, eating Western food, develop Western diseases at Western rates. So researchers asked, what are the Okinawan elders eating that the rest of the world isn't? The answer surprised them. It wasn't one superfood or magic ingredient. It was 10 specific plants, consumed almost daily, that most of the world has forgotten or never knew existed. If you're interested in evidence-based longevity, subscribe to Rooted Knowledge. We're exploring what the healthiest populations actually do. Not theory, but practice. Let's begin. 1. Purple sweet potato, beni imo. Before World War II, purple sweet potatoes comprised 67% of the Okinawan diet. Not regular orange sweet potatoes, the deep purple variety native to Okinawa. This wasn't a choice. Okinawa is a small island chain with poor soil quality. Rice doesn't grow well there, but purple sweet potatoes thrive in the island's volcanic soil and subtropical climate. The Okinawans made a virtue of necessity. They ate sweet potatoes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, steamed, roasted, dried, turned into noodles. Every preparation imaginable. Modern research has revealed why this accidental staple became a longevity superfood. Purple sweet potatoes contain anthocyanins, the same antioxidant compounds that make blueberries healthy, but in much higher concentrations. Health benefits: extremely high in antioxidants. Anthocyanins protect cells from aging. Low glycemic index prevents blood sugar spikes despite being starchy. Rich in fiber, supports digestive health and longevity. Contains sporamins, proteins unique to sweet potato with anti-aging properties. Calorie restriction mimetic, may trigger longevity pathways without actual calorie restriction. A 2007 study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that purple sweet potato extract extended lifespan in fruit flies by 20%. Subsequent studies showed similar effects in mice, with reduced oxidative stress and improved cellular health. The traditional Okinawan diet was low in calories but nutritionally dense. Purple sweet potatoes epitomize this pattern, filling, satisfying, but naturally portion-controlled due to high fiber content. Today, Okinawan elders still eat purple sweet potato regularly, though younger generations have largely switched to rice and processed foods. The longevity advantage is disappearing with the traditional diet. 2. Bitter melon, Goya. If you ask any Japanese person what food represents Okinawa, they'll say Goya, bitter melon. This rough, bumpy, intensely bitter vegetable is so central to Okinawan cuisine that the island's most famous dish is named after it: Goya champuru, bitter melon stir-fry. Bitter melon is almost inedible to people raised on sweet, processed foods. It's astringently, aggressively bitter, but Okinawans eat it multiple times per week, in stir-fries, salads, tempura, juice, and tea. Research suggests this bitterness signals powerful medicinal compounds. Bitter melon contains charontine, visine, and polypeptide P compounds that significantly affect blood sugar metabolism. Health benefits: powerful blood sugar regulator, studied extensively for diabetes management. High in vitamin C, immune support, collagen production. Rich in antioxidants, protects against cellular aging. Anti-inflammatory properties, reduces chronic inflammations. May activate AMPK cellular energy sensor linked to longevity. A study published in Chemistry and Biology, 2008, found that bitter melon activates AMPK, the same cellular pathway activated by exercise and caloric restriction, both known to extend lifespan. Traditional Okinawan medicine used bitter melon for fever, wounds, and metabolic disorders. Modern research is validating these uses, particularly for blood sugar control. The irony: bitter melon is widely available in Asian markets worldwide, but most people won't eat it because of the taste. Okinawans acquired the taste young and maintained it throughout life, reaping the metabolic benefits. 3. Turmeric, ukan. Turmeric is famous in India as part of curry, but Okinawans have used their own variety, ukan, for over 1,000 years, long before it became a Western wellness trend. Okinawan turmeric contains exceptionally high levels of curcumin, the compound responsible for turmeric's bright yellow color and most of its health benefits. Traditionally, Okinawans consumed turmeric as tea, in stir-fries, and as a medicinal tonic. It was considered essential for liver health, digestion, and longevity. Modern research has validated traditional use. Curcumin is one of the most studied natural compounds in the world, with over 10,000 published studies. Health benefits: powerful anti-inflammatory, comparable to pharmaceutical anti-inflammatories, supports brain health, may reduce Alzheimer's risk, Okinawans have low dementia rates, protects liver function, traditional use for liver support, antioxidant effects, neutralizes free radicals and boosts body's own antioxidant enzymes, may extend lifespan. Animal studies show longevity extension. A 2013 study in mechanisms of aging and development showed that curcumin extended lifespan in mice by affecting genes related to aging and stress resistance. Epidemiological data shows that Okinawans have significantly lower rates of Alzheimer's disease compared to Western populations. While multiple factors contribute, researchers point to daily turmeric consumption as one protective element. The bioavailability issue. Curcumin alone is poorly absorbed, but traditional Okinawan preparation included fats from pork or oil and black pepper piperine, both of which dramatically increase curcumin absorption. They didn't know the biochemistry. They just knew what worked. 4. Mugwort, yomogi. Mugwort grows wild across Okinawa and has been incorporated into the traditional diet for centuries. The aromatic, slightly bitter herb appears in soups, rice dishes, bread, and tea. In traditional Chinese medicine and Japanese folk medicine, mugwort is considered a purifying herb that promotes circulation and digestive health. Okinawan mugwort contains high levels of vitamins A, C, and several B vitamins, along with minerals like iron and calcium. It's particularly rich in chlorophyll and flavonoids. Health benefits: rich in antioxidants, protects cells from oxidative damage, supports digestion, traditional use for stomach ailments validated, anti-inflammatory properties, reduces systemic inflammations, may improve sleep quality, calming effects noted in traditional use, contains artemisinin and precursors, antimicrobial compounds. While less studied than other Okinawan plants, mugwort's consistent presence in the traditional diet suggests it contributes to overall health patterns. The traditional preparation, adding mugwort to rice or making it into mochi rice cakes, made it a regular part of the diet, rather than an occasional remedy. Modern Okinawans still drink mugwort tea, though it's less common in daily cooking than it once was. 5. Shell ginger, getu. Shell ginger leaves are used throughout Okinawa to wrap foods. Mochi, steamed buns, fish, meat. The leaves impart a subtle aromatic flavor and contain preservative compounds that keep food fresh. This wasn't just culinary tradition. Before refrigeration, shell ginger leaves extended food shelf life in Okinawa's hot, humid climate. Modern research has discovered that shell ginger contains powerful antioxidant and antimicrobial compounds, validating the traditional preservation use. Health benefits: high antioxidant content, protects against cellular aging, antimicrobial properties, natural food preservative, anti-inflammatory effects, reduces chronic inflammations, supports digestive health, traditional use for stomach issues, rich in polyphenols, plant compounds linked to longevity. A 2011 study in food chemistry found that shell ginger extract had stronger antioxidant activity than vitamin E, one of the most powerful antioxidants. Shell ginger tea is a staple in Okinawan households. The leaves are also dried and powdered for use in various preparations. The leaves are so integral to Okinawan food culture that they're considered essential for traditional celebrations and ceremonies. 6. Shikuwasa, Okinawan citrus. Shikuwasa is a small, tart citrus fruit native to Okinawa. Think of a cross between lime and mandarin orange, but more sour and aromatic. Okinawans use shikuwasa juice on everything: fish, meat, vegetables, noodles, even drinks. It's the Okinawan equivalent of lemon, but with unique compounds not found in common citrus. Research has focused on nobiletin, a flavonoid found in exceptionally high concentrations in shikuwasa peel. Health benefits: extremely high in nobiletin, anti-inflammatory, may prevent dementia, rich in vitamin C, immune support, antioxidant, contains hesperidin, supports cardiovascular health, may prevent blood sugar spikes, traditional use supported by research, supports brain health, nobiletin crosses blood-brain barrier. A study in Scientific Reports 2020 found that nobiletin intake correlated with reduced dementia risk in elderly Okinawans. The compound appears to protect brain cells from inflammation and oxidative stress. Shikuwasa grows wild across northern Okinawa. Villagers have always used it liberally, squeezing the juice fresh onto nearly every meal. The entire fruit is used. Juice for cooking, peel dried for tea, even the seeds have traditional uses. 7. Mozuku Okinawan seaweed. Mozuku is a brown seaweed unique to Okinawan waters. It has a slippery, slightly crunchy texture and is eaten almost daily by traditional Okinawans. The seaweed is served in vinegar as a side dish, added to miso soup, or eaten with rice. Its mucilaginous texture comes from fucoidan, a complex polysaccharide with remarkable health properties. Okinawa produces 99% of Japan's mozuku supply, and Okinawans consume far more of it than mainland Japanese. Health benefits: high in fucoidan, anti-cancer properties and research, supports immune function, modulates immune response, anti-inflammatory effects, reduces systemic inflammations, low-calorie, nutrient-dense, minerals, trace elements, may support gut health. Prebiotic properties. Research on fucoidan has shown anti-tumor effects in multiple studies. A review in Marine Drugs 2011 summarized over 100 studies showing fucoidan's anti-cancer, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory properties. Okinawans have significantly lower rates of many cancers compared to Western populations. While diet is multifactorial, regular seaweed consumption is consistently identified as a protective factor. The traditional preparation, lightly seasoned with vinegar, preserves the fucoidan content while making it palatable. 8. Tofu fermented soy. Okinawans don't eat tofu the way most people do. They eat it in quantities that would shock most nutritionists, often twice daily, sometimes 3 times. But it's not just quantity. Okinawan tofu is different, firmer, denser, with more protein and calcium than regular tofu. It's made with seawater instead of chemical coagulants, giving it a unique mineral profile. Soy has become controversial in recent years, but epidemiological data is clear. Populations that eat traditional soy products have lower rates of many diseases. Health benefits: high-quality plant protein, essential amino acids without saturated fat, rich in isoflavones, plant compounds with hormonal benefits, supports bone health, high calcium content, especially in Okinawan-style tofu, may reduce cancer risk, particularly hormone-related cancers, supports cardiovascular health, replace animal protein, lowers cholesterol. A study following Okinawan centenarians found that those who ate the most soy had the lowest rates of heart disease and certain cancers. The key: whole soy foods, tofu, miso, edamame, not processed soy protein isolates or supplements. Traditional fermentation and preparation methods matter. Okinawans fermented soy into miso and use tofu fresh, both preparations that preserve beneficial compounds while reducing anti-nutrients. 9. Fuchiba, mugwort relative/fennel herb. Fuchiba is an aromatic herb used extensively in Okinawan cooking, particularly in jushi, Okinawan mixed rice and soba dishes. The herb has a distinctive anise-like flavor and is rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidant compounds. In traditional Okinawan medicine, Fuchiba was used as an anti-inflammatory and immune supporter. Health benefits: high in vitamins and minerals, calcium, iron, vitamins A and C, anti-inflammatory properties, reduces chronic inflammations, supports immune function, traditional use for colds and infections, rich in chlorophyll, detoxifying properties, may support digestive health, traditional use for stomach issues. Research on Fuchiba specifically is limited, but related herbs in the same family have shown significant health benefits, particularly for inflammation and immune function. The traditional use, adding fresh herbs generously to daily meals, ensured regular intake of protective compounds. Modern Okinawans still use Fuchiba, though less frequently than their grandparents did. 10. Moringa, tree of life. Moringa isn't native to Okinawa, but it was introduced centuries ago and thrived in the subtropical climate. Okinawans incorporated it into traditional medicine and cuisine. The leaves, pods, and seeds are all edible and exceptionally nutrient-dense. Moringa is one of the most nutritionally complete plants known, containing significant amounts of vitamins A, C, E, calcium, potassium, and protein. Traditional Okinawan use focused on the leaves. Eaten fresh in salads, cooked in soups, or dried and powdered for tea. Health benefits: extremely nutrient-dense, contains 90-plus nutrients and 46 antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, reduces markers of chronic inflammation, supports blood sugar regulation, may help prevent diabetes, rich in antioxidants, protects cells from oxidative damage, complete protein source, all essential amino acids, rare in plants. Research on moringa has exploded in recent years. Studies show it has anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and neuroprotective properties. The traditional knowledge: Okinawan elders recognized moringa as a powerful health tonic long before modern nutritional analysis validated it. Moringa grows easily in Okinawa, and traditional households kept moringa trees for both food and medicine. We've explored 10 plants that Okinawan centenarians ate almost daily, not supplements, not superfoods marketed by wellness companies, just vegetables, herbs, and plants that grow naturally on a small island chain in the Pacific. The Okinawans didn't eat these plants because research showed they extended lifespan. They ate them because that's what grew there, what their ancestors ate, what tasted good in their traditional dishes. But here's what's remarkable. When researchers finally studied the Okinawan diet, they found that nearly every staple food contains compounds now linked to longevity, disease prevention, and healthy aging. Purple sweet potatoes with anthocyanins, bitter melon activating AMPK, turmeric protecting the brain, seaweed with anti-cancer compounds, soy supporting hormones and bones. The pattern isn't random. It's the result of thousands of years of observation, refinement, and cultural transmission. Modern Okinawans who abandon this traditional diet lose the longevity advantage within one generation. Their children eating processed foods and Western diets develop Western disease rates. This tells us something important. These plants work. The lifestyle works. The evidence isn't just in laboratories. It's in the centenarians still living in Okinawan villages, still eating the traditional foods. If this exploration resonated with you, subscribe to Rooted Knowledge. We're documenting what the healthiest, longest-lived populations actually do, not trends, but traditions validated by outcomes. Thank you for this journey. Until next time, eat real food, mostly plants, and remember, the longest-lived people on Earth aren't eating superfoods. They're eating vegetables.